what you are seeing on the screens right now is the morale and jama by the Opoku Ware students and all students group right here inside the SHS auditorium. But we also know that the quiz mistress is currently engaging the students, and she will soon get on stage to kickstart the contest. She's already spoken to Opoku Ware, gone to Achimota. She's waiting for St. Peter's. I mean, their head is on the table now. She's waiting for them to finish, and she goes to them, then kickstarts the contest for tonight. Yeah, so these are more jama from the students. I mean, it's exciting here in the auditorium. Very well, looking at the number of schools here and supporters here. They aren't much, but you see Opoku Ware is still trying to make their voice heard in the auditorium. Such a small number of students here, but still making so much noise and making the room energetic and exciting to be here. So we see the quiz mistress with St. Peter's students now, and right after she's done, the contest would kickstart. But you watching right now, let us know which of these schools you're tipping to book the last slot in the final stage of the National Science and Maths Quiz. We know so far, reigning champions, defending champions, Mfantsipim School is in the finals. We also know that St. Augustine's College is also in the finals. Which school contesting this evening books the last slot in the final stage? Well, if you just tune in, we are live on Joy News, on Joy Prime and Joy FM, and of course on all our social media handles. You can also engage us. If you want to share your thoughts on the contest, you can just put out your comments and just use the hashtag NSMQ on Joy. We'd also be reading those comments out too. But this is the broadcast of the final semi-final contest here inside the SHS auditorium. And what you can see on the screens right now are Opoku Ware students, old students, singing some Jama songs, trying to lighten up the mood inside the auditorium. All right, so briefly, let me bring in Collins and Adobia before we wrap up here. Let me bring both of them in. Now, you've seen the morale in the heat in the room.
It's mainly from the Opoku Ware supporters, okay? You realize that Motown and Pesco boys and girls are seated. So the boys and girls from Motown are seated and calm, and the boys from Pesco are also calm and composed. But the boys from Owas are very excited to be here. You know, they feel so strongly that they are winning this. But of course, the contest will have to end for us to see who really goes through.
All right, the quiz mistress is currently about to get on stage, but one word from you, Collins. What do you have to tell the school?
Oh, is it a word that you want me to say?
Of course, a word.
Good luck to all of them. And may the best school win. But you know my heart belongs to Opoku Ware.
All right, well, the 2025 National Science and Maths Quiz is produced by Primetime Limited and sponsored by the Ghana Education Service in partnership with Gulf PLC and supported by Momo, Pepsodent Prudential Life Insurance Ghana, Jupe, Trustar AI, Adanse Travels, Rowan Air, Kivo Gari, Spin City, Laundromat, Coronation Insurance, Secure Sanitary Pad, Accra College of Medicine, Academic City University, Bell Beverages, GTP, and Flora Tissues.
Yes, a broadcast of the 2025 National Science and Maths Quiz on Joy News is supported by NASCO, Vitamilk, Virtual Security Africa, Ayuda Hub, Syntex Tank, Chopbox Technology, Chartered Institute of Management Accountants, German Ozone Medical Center, ACE Medical Insurance, Admission Checker, Achimota Retail Center, DBS Industries Limited, Palm University College, Leadership and Excellence, Better Malls, Doormaster, Slam Technologies, Academic City University, and Family Health Medical School.
All right. Well, the quiz mistress has already started. Let's hand over to her.
Is worth 30 Ghana cedis. At the end of the contest, we will tally the scores, we will apply the appropriate conversion, then we will double it, and then their total amount is going to be shared 50% to the coordinator and 50% to the contestants. Thank you so much, Momo Money Zone, for the Money Zone. Thank you so much. In this final semi-final contest, we have a battle of regional champions. So we have St. Peter's Senior High School. Oh. Eastern Regional Champions. We have Opoku Ware School. Ashanti Regional Champions and Achimota School. Greater Accra Regional Champions. Before we meet the contestants, I would like to acknowledge our sponsors. The National Science and Math Quiz is proudly sponsored by the Ghana Education Service in partnership with Gold PLC and supported by Momo from MTN, Joy News, Pepsodent, Prudential Life Insurance, Jupe Money Transfer, Truster AI, Adanse Travels, Rwand Air, Kivo Gari, Spin City Laundromat, Coronation Insurance, Secure Sanitary Pad, Accra College of Medicine, Academic City University, Bell Beverages, Flora Tissues, Imago from Hashcom, GTP, and YFM. My name is Elsie Efakofman. I'm an associate professor of biomedical engineering and the dean of the School of Engineering Sciences at the University of Ghana. I'm honored to be your quiz mistress. This is a primetime production. Now, let's meet the contestants. Achimota School is represented by
Kwame Boachi-Osu.
Because Fridge final year.
You're welcome, gentlemen.
Thank you.
I have been trying to find out from our contestants what it is that motivates them to come to the National Science and Math Quiz. So what motivates you? Why are you here?
I'm here because my classmates used to talk about the quiz a lot, and I was interested, since I'm interested in science, like as a person.
All right.
So I started watching, and when I got to SHS, I met with some members of the team who encouraged me to join the team, and here I am.
All right. Thank you for sharing. So what are some of the benefits of being on this big stage?
So it's very beneficial. It has improved my confidence level to a certain level. And also it has exposed me to a lot of things in life, hard working, the spirit of perseverance. And indeed, it's a very good competition. I'll encourage everyone to take part in this competition when they get to SHS. And also, I've met a lot of friends who have taught me to be stronger and do my possible best when I'm given the opportunity. So by dint of effort and Jehovah's undeserved kindness, here I am, and I'm about to represent Achimota School in this semi-final contest. So I really thank Jehovah God.
All right. Thank you so much for sharing. Best wishes for today.
Thank you.
Opoku Ware School is represented by
Kusi John.
You're welcome, gentlemen.
Thank you.
How are you? Great. I have been finding out from contestants what motivates them to come to this big stage of the National Science and Math Quiz.
So our motivation is God's strength, which has been pushing us to go further, and also the efforts that we've been putting in and the hard work that we've been putting in as well. And people also believe in us, so we feel that the belief that they have in us will help us to also go far. So it is that belief that gives us the motivation.
All right. Now, benefits of participating in the National Science and Math Quiz.
It is a motivating quiz that enables the students in it to acquire more knowledge and make them better students at higher levels of education. And therefore, I will ensure that I become a better person in future because of this quiz.
All right. Thank you so much for sharing, and best wishes. St. Peter's Senior High School is represented by
Abuni Manu.
You're welcome, gentlemen.
Thank you.
How are you?
We are fine.
All right, great. I am finding out from contestants what motivates you to participate in the National Science and Math Quiz.
There are a lot of things that motivate people to participate in the quiz, but for us, we know we didn't get here on our own. It's the Lord that has brought us here. And we know that with the Lord, what we want to achieve will be achieved. And the Lord who brought us here will take us to where we want to go. Thank you.
And the benefits of participating.
On a stage like this, there are a lot of benefits. It boosts your confidence, your thinking skills, and it gives you exposure to a lot of other things that will help you on later in life.
All right. All the best.
Thank you.
I'm starting with you, St. Peter's. Your question. What happens to intrapulmonary pressure during inhalation, which allows air to flow into the lungs? Yes, Abuni.
The intrapulmonary pressure will reduce during inhalation to allow for the external air to be, with higher pressure, to be pushed into the lungs.
Oh, 2 out of 3. I'll come back and tell you the reason why I took 1 point off. Opoku Ware School. How do external and internal intercostal muscles differ in their roles? Yes, Stephen?
Okay, so they have antagonistic functions such that during inhalation or exhalation, the external and internal intercostal muscles contract and relax interchangeably in order to cause the exchange of air in and out of the lungs.
I am not accepting it. For a bonus. All right, I'll come and tell you in a moment. Achimota School. Why is surfactant important in the lungs? Yes, Kwame.
So surfactant is important in the lungs because it prevents the walls of the alveoli from collapsing and allows air to pass through the spaces in the alveoli. This allows gaseous exchange to occur without the walls of the lungs collapsing and preventing the flow of air between the blood and the external environment.
Okay. Actually, I'll give you two out of 3. 2. Okay. So let me give you the reasons why I gave the mark allocations that I did. For you, St. Peter's, you mentioned that it decreases. That is true. But I needed to hear that it decreases below atmospheric pressure. You were not specific enough. You just said it decreases so that it is lower than outside. I needed you to be explicit. That is why I gave you partial credit. All right. Opoku Ware School, yes, of course. Muscles contract and relax. So telling me that they are contracting and relaxing, you haven't said much, right? What I wanted to hear was very specific. The external intercostal muscles assist in forced inhalation by elevating the ribs. They elevate the ribs, while the internal intercostal muscles assist in forced exhalation by depressing the ribs. You see that that's very different from the answer you gave me. Okay. Now, Achimota School, I gave you partial credit. Yes. The alveoli will collapse without surfactant. But exactly how does it do it, right? So the surfactant, what it's doing is actually lowering the surface tension. When it lowers the surface tension, it prevents the alveoli from collapsing and sticking together, thereby preventing them from doing their work, right? So I needed that little bit more from you. Surface tension. Okay. Thank you very much. Next set, 30 seconds with a preamble to all schools. This is a preamble. The sum of the first n terms of a linear series is S subscript n. Find the first term A and the common difference D of the series given. Did you get your preamble? The sum of the first n terms of a linear series is S subscript n. Find the first term A and the common difference D of the series given. All right. So St. Peter's, S subscript 2 is equal to 7, and S subscript 6 is equal to 57. Abuni.
The common difference D is equal to a fraction with a numerator of 5 and a denominator of 3, and the first term A is equal to 16 on 3.
That's incorrect. Yes, John.
The first term is 2. The first term A is 2. And the common difference D is 3.
Yes, that's true. But along with that comes a stern warning from me. If you do this again, the deductions will begin. Now your major question. S subscript 2 is 11, and S subscript 8 is 164. 7.
The first term A is equal to the first term A is equal to 3, and the common difference D is equal to 5.
Yes. With the same preamble, S subscript 2 is equal to negative 12, and S subscript 6 is equal to 60. Or say,
The common difference, D, is equal to 8, and the first term A is equal to negative 10.
you are right. Next set, 10 seconds. I have a preamble to all schools. Preamble. Give a balanced equation for the thermal decomposition of the given salt. Give a balanced equation for the thermal decomposition of the given salt. St. Peter's, sodium hydrogen carbonate. Okay, go ahead.
NaHCO3 going into Na2CO3 plus H2O plus CO2.
Yes. Your major question? With the same preamble. Aluminium hydroxide. Seven.
2Al, open brackets, OH, close brackets, subscript 3, going into Al2O3 plus 3H2O.
That's right. With the same preamble, copper 2 nitrate. Kwame,
Copper 2, copper. Balance man.
go ahead.
So we have Cu into bracket NO3 brackets close subscript 2. This with a coefficient of 2 going into 2CuO plus 4NO2 plus O2.
The whole thing again.
So we have Cu into bracket NO3 subscript 2 with a coefficient of 2 going into
No. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. 2Cu, open bracket, NO3, close bracket, subscript 2, going into 2CuO plus 4NO2 plus O2.
Yes. Next set, 30 seconds with a preamble to all schools. Preamble. Preamble to all schools. A long straight wire carries current I Find the magnitude of the magnetic force on a charge Q near the wire at an instant its velocity is parallel to the wire and its speed is v, given that, I hope you got that preamble. A long straight wire carries current I. Find the magnitude of the magnetic force on a charge Q near the wire. At an instant, its velocity is parallel to the wire and its speed is v, given that. All right. St. Peter's, I is equal to 25 amperes. Q is equal to 3.0 nanocoulomb. V is equal to 64 meters per second. And the charge is 2.0 meters from the wire. Minta Bwaje.
Yeah. 4.8 by 10 raised to an exponent of negative 4 newtons.
What was it again?
4.8 by 10 raised to an exponent of negative 4 newtons.
That's incorrect. Go ahead.
4.8 by 10 raised to an exponent of negative 13 Newton.
Yes. Deduct a point. Deduct a point. Now, your major question with the same preamble. I is equal to 32 amperes. Q is equal to 4.0 nanocoulomb. V is equal to 72 meters per second. And the charge is 3.0 meter from the wire. Seven.
6.1 by 10 raised to an exponent of negative 13 Newton.
Yes. With the same preamble, I is equal to 15 amperes. Q is equal to 8.0 nanocoulomb. V is equal to 150 meters per second. And the charge is 0.50 meter from the wire. Kwame.
That's 7.2 by 10 to the power negative 12 newtons.
Yes. All right, next set, 10 seconds, please. St. Peter's, why do majority of CAM plants open their stomata at night? Yes, Abuni.
This is to help it conserve water during the day, as it majorly opens its stomata during the night, so as to help it consume or take in carbon dioxide and convert it into substances to fix it into the cycles for photosynthesis later during the day. So the major thing is to take in carbon dioxide in the night for photosynthesis during the day, so as to conserve water.
2. Okay, I'll come back and tell you why, okay? Opoku Ware School. Why is photorespiration considered inefficient for plants? 7.
Okay. Photorespiration refers to the process whereby the enzyme rubisco binds to oxygen rather than carbon dioxide. And as a result, the enzyme rubisco binds to oxygen, and hence there is no regeneration of the RUBP. That is ribulose 1,5-bisphosphate. And as a result, this RUBP is wasted. And also, the products formed by photorespiration do not have any meaningful use to the plant as compared to when the rubisco binds to carbon dioxide, hence wasting the cell's energy, which is used in the process of photorespiration, without producing anything which will be used by the plant for further metabolism or energy production.
I'll give you 2. I'll come back. Achimota School. How do plants of the C4 category minimize photorespiration? Yes, Jose.
Okay, so C4 plants have crunch anatomy, and as such, they are able to fix carbon dioxide into the bundle sheet of the mesophyll cells, and they have a fork, and they fix the carbon into a 4-carbon molecule, that's oxaloacetate, which provides the carbon dioxide that is fixed when it is needed by the plant. And so it is able to fix carbon dioxide into this molecule and prevent the fixation of oxygen, which would have been done if rubisco was used to fix the carbon dioxide.
1. Okay, so let me tell you the expected answers, right? First thing I expected from you, St. Peter's, is that the majority of these CAM plants, they are found in hot, dry, very arid regions with little water. Okay, so you need to consider the environment before you give me the answer. So the stomata of such plants only open at night to take in carbon dioxide and remain closed throughout the day in order to reduce excessive water loss through transpiration. You told me about, yes, the carbon dioxide, but you didn't link it to the environment, and that is why I gave you the partial credit. Okay, Opoku Ware School. The main thing is that photorespiration will consume energy. It consumes ATP and NADPH. What it's doing is that it releases previously fixed carbon dioxide, thereby reducing the net photosynthetic yield without producing useful energy or carbohydrates. Okay? So what is happening is it's inefficient. I have specific notes from my consultants that if you talk about lowering of inefficiency, which you did talk about, it is 2 points. And that is why I gave you the partial credit. You were to talk about the ATP and NADPH, and then the previously fixed carbon dioxide, which I did not hear from you. All right. Achimota School. The C4 plants, they have a unique leaf anatomy that separates the initial carbon fixation and the Calvin cycle. So they are done in different places, okay? So they have different types of cells doing different things. So this excludes the interaction of oxygen with carbon dioxide, which is the key strategy that they use to avoid photorespiration. So you mentioned the mesophyll cells. Yes, you are right. The mesophyll cells are responsible for the initial fixation of the carbon dioxide, while the bundle sheath cells carry out the Calvin cycle. So they separate the processes so they don't have to interact. You mentioned one of them. You did not talk much about the other one. All right. Next set, 30 seconds with a preamble to all schools. Short preamble. Solve the given equation for tangent of x. That's a preamble. St. Peter's, tangent of 2x is equal to 2. Yes, Minta Bwaje.
Tan x is equal to -1, or tan x is equal to 1/2.
That's incorrect. Go ahead.
A fraction with numerator, -1 plus or minus root 5, all over 2.
Yes. Your major question with the same preamble. Tangent of 2x is equal to 4. Yes, John.
A fraction with numerator, -1 plus or minus root 17, and denominator 4.
Okay. With the same preamble. Tangent of 2x is equal to 3. Kwame.
So
Go
I
ahead.
we have a fraction with a numerator of -2 plus or minus. Okay, so we have a fraction with a numerator of -1 plus or minus the square
Are
root
you
of 10.
changing your mind? You can't change your mind. Go on.
A fraction with numerator, -1 plus or minus the square root of 10, and denominator 3.
Yes. Next set, 30 seconds with a preamble to all schools. Preamble. Give the formula of the precipitate formed, if any, when the given salts are mixed in aqueous solution. Did you get your preamble? All right. St. Peter's. Zinc nitrate, sodium acetate, ammonium chloride, and lithium bromide. Minta Bwaje.
So then what are you going for? ZnBr2. Zn. The formula of the precipitate is, what are you getting? NH for what's Br? C H 3 C O O.
That's incorrect. Yes, John.
There is no precipitate.
Yes. With the same preamble, your major question. Sodium sulfate, potassium carbonate, magnesium nitrate, cesium bromide. Seven.
Okay. The precipitate formed has a formula of MgCO subscript 3.
Yes. With the same preamble. With the same preamble. Copper 2 nitrate, sodium hydroxide, potassium sulfate, and sodium chloride. Yes or say?
That's copper 2 hydroxide, and it is Cu into bracket OH. This bracket subscript 2.
Yes. Last set of questions, preamble to all schools, 30 seconds. An object moves from rest with a constant tangential acceleration of magnitude 4.0 meters per second squared in a circle of radius 0.20 meter. Find the magnitude of the acceleration of the object at the given instant after motion starts. I hope you got your preamble. An object moves from rest with a constant tangential acceleration of magnitude 4.0 meter per second squared in a circle of radius 0.20 meter. Find the magnitude of the acceleration of the object at the given instant after motion starts. St. Peter's, T equals 2.0 seconds. Abuni.
16 meters per second squared.
That's incorrect. Yes, Achimota School.
18 meters per second squared.
No. All right, I'll come back. With the same preamble, Opoku Ware, T equals 5 seconds. Steven.
Okay. The acceleration is 56 meters per second squared.
That's incorrect for a bonus. Okay, I'll come back. Last question of the round. with the same preamble, Achimota School, T equals 8.0 seconds. Yes, or say?
Equal to 37 meters per second squared.
That's incorrect for a bonus. Okay, your answers. St. Peter's, 320 meters per second squared. Opoku Ware, 2 kilometers per second squared. Achimota School, 5.1 kilometers per second squared. I will leave you to figure that one out. That's the end of the first round. Question, the first of the chemistry sets. This was a question that went with the preamble, give a balanced equation for the thermal decomposition of the given salt. And then when I got to Achimota School, I told them copper 2 nitrate. Please repeat what you said. This will be the third time you are repeating.
So, Cu into bracket NO3, bracket close, subscript 2. This with a coefficient of 2. Going into 2CuO plus 4NO2 plus O2.
Okay. In fact, the reason why I asked you the first time to repeat is because I did not hear this coefficient. It's a very unorthodox way. Normally, I know about 2CuNO3. I keep telling you, give your answers unambiguously. You will not listen. Anyway, chemistry consultant is here and is pleading for you. And so I will uphold this one, but be warned. These are the things we talk about. When I say give your answer unambiguously, if there are multiple ways of giving an answer, you pick the one that is the most clear of all the options. Did we not talk about this? Okay. So that is the reason why. So at least you get this one. That means the bonus does not apply any longer. All right. The second one. This protest came from Opoku Ware School. And they are protesting the answer that was given for the biology question on the different types of plants. Okay, so they are protesting the answer that was given by Achimota School. How do plants of the C4 category minimize photorespiration? According to them, Achimota said they fix CO2 in the bundle sheath cells rather than the mesophyll cells. Therefore, the answer given by Achimota does not follow the order CO2 fixation. Well, I also heard all those things. In addition to that, Achimota School went on and mentioned other things that had some value. They did mention 2 types of cells, the bundle sheath cells and the mesophyll cells. And so I actually gave them a very low partial credit. I gave them 1 because of some of the problems that they had in their answer. I am not changing my mind over this one. Okay? So this protest is not upheld. They got a very low partial credit, 1 point. That is it for the protest. Opoku Ware School has 23 points. Round 2. In this round, we have the Truster AI Speed Race, which is sponsored by Truster AI, your real-world experience. In this round, I'm going to be presenting the questions to you simultaneously. For an opportunity to answer a question, you must ring for it. May I hear your bell? St. Peter's. Thank you. Yours, Opoku Ware. Thank you. And yours, Achimota School. Thank you. If you ring and answer correctly, and it's the first attempt at the question, 3 points. If you answer correctly and it's the second attempt at the question, 2 points. And if you answer correctly on the third attempt at the question, 1 point. But please beware, if you attempt to answer a question and you are unsuccessful, you lose a point. There are other ways of losing points. When you are called upon to answer a question, you have 3 seconds within which to start presenting your answer. That means there is no time for a repetition of the question. There is no time for you to compose your own preamble. There is no time for you to call on me, madam, and other. Please just get straight to the point. Give your answer unambiguously. If you dilly-dally, you will hear a bell. That bell means whatever it is you have said, that is your answer, and it's likely to be the wrong answer, fetching the deduction. So please be minded. All right. For questions that require calculations, you have up to 30 seconds to present your answer. If there are no calculations, 10 seconds. Best wishes, everyone. First set of questions, 10 seconds each. First one. What name is given to a bull that has been castrated? Yes, Kwame.
An ox. An ox.
No. Did anyone else ring? No. Okay, I continue. That has been castrated before reaching sexual maturity? Yes, Opoku Ware.
Haifa.
No. Usually to improve its behavior and meat quality. It's called the steer. Next, cyanide is a poison that blocks the passage of electrons along the electron transport chain, ETC. What is the metabolic effect of this poison? Achimota School.
So the metabolic effect of this poison is that it impedes the flow of electrons in the electron transport chain. And this prevents the electron transport chain from successfully and efficiently producing ATP molecules. As such, it prevents the production of the energy which is required to undertake most of the important metabolic processes in the body. And this will, since it impedes the process of respiration, it prevents the body.
It's okay. Yes. basically ATP synthesis is affected and may cease. Cessation of ATP, which you mentioned. All right. What gives the human skin its tone? Yes.
The true melanin. Melanin.
Yes. Next set, 30 seconds each. A chemist adds 6.64 grams of potassium iodide crystals to a solution containing excess lead-2 nitrate. A bright yellow precipitate of lead-2 iodide forms. Calculate the mass of lead-2 iodide that precipitates. Yes, Achimota School.
That is 1.32 by 10 raised to an exponent of 1 gram.
That's incorrect. You rang.
9.22 grams.
Yes. Next one. What is the minimum mass of oxygen needed to produce 3.52 grams of carbon dioxide upon complete combustion of octane? Yes, Opoku Ware.
400 grams.
That's incorrect. Who rang next? Yes, Osei.
1.62 grams.
That's incorrect. The right answer is 4.00 grams. You misplaced your decimal point. Next one. The formula of the phosphate of element Z is Z3, open bracket, PO4, close bracket, subscript 2. Deduce the formula. Yes, Achimota School.
Z-O. Z-O.
No. Deduce the formula of its sulfide. Yes, Minta Bwaje.
ZS.
Yes. Next set, 30 seconds. Find the energy in electron volts of a particle of mass 6.6 times 10 raised to the power negative 27 kilogram as observed in a frame in which its speed is 2.0 times 10 raised to the power 8 meters. The contestants have presented their answers. Before I award the marks, let's look at the suggested solution from the consultants. This is a problem from biology. So we are told that mycoprotein is a fungal protein derived from fungi and designed as a meat alternative. By the way, this is a very strong area of research now. People are trying to find different ways of getting meat without using animals, right? Okay. So it is rich in protein and fiber while being low in fat and cholesterol, and so it makes it a popular choice for those who want a healthier dietary option. Okay, then contestants were given this beautiful diagram, which is a fermenter, which is used for growing the fungus Fusarium venenatum, which is used to make the mycoprotein. They were to study the diagram and answer the questions. Okay, so let's get right to the questions. The first question was, bubbles of air enter the fermenter at the right side, and contestants were to give two functions of the air bubbles. There are several possible answers that they could have given. Let me share all of them, and then, as you know, I will be looking for two of them, 1 point each. First, for circulation or mixing, for temperature maintenance, for supply of oxygen, for aerobic conditions, for faster conditions of respiration, any two of these would have been fine. Okay, for 2 points. Second question, why was glucose added to the fermenter? This was also worth 2 points, so I was looking for two clear ideas. First, possible answer, energy supply, fuel for use in respiration, material for growth. These were the options. Any two would have been fine. Okay, the third one, the fermenter is prevented from overheating by the cold water flowing in through the heat exchanger. Contestants were to explain what causes the fermenter to heat up. On offer were 2 points once again, meaning two clear ideas were expected. So the heat may be coming from respiration or from exothermic reactions, or if you describe something like breakdown of glucose, or you mention catabolism, breakdown reactions. Okay, so any two would have been fine. Next, also worth 2 points. It is important to prevent microorganisms other than Fusarium from growing in the fermenter. And first question, this was the part that was worth 2 points. Why is this important? Well, if you allow other microorganisms to come in, they will compete with Fusarium for food or oxygen or reduce the yield of Fusarium, right? So that competition, that is worth 1 point. And then the second is they may produce toxic waste products, or they might cause disease or pathogenic or harmful conditions to people who actually patronize this meat that is produced by the Fusarium, right? So those are the two for 2 points. And then second part is suggest two ways in which contamination of the fermenter by microorganisms could be prevented. Several different ways. All you had to do is pick two of them and present them clearly. So the options are, you can steam or heat treat, you can sterilize the fermenter before use. Okay? You can steam or heat treat, sterilize the glucose, the minerals, the nutrients, water. That means the material that you are going to put in the fermenter, you should sterilize all of them before you use them. You can also filter, sterilize the air intake. You don't just put in the air, right? The air may have pathogens, so you need to filter or sterilize the air intake. And then make sure that the fermenter doesn't have any leaks. These are the possible options. Just pick two of them and you get your 2 points, giving a total of 10 points. Okay, now contestants, let's start with Achimota School. The first question, the bubbles of air, you didn't provide any meaningful answer. You are talking about enzymes and substrate rising. That was not it. Okay, so nothing for number 1. Why was the glucose added to the fermenter? I'm giving you 1 point because what you have is related to material for growth. Okay, so I'm giving you 1 point for that. I was very generous in giving these points. Okay, then number 3, the fermenter is prevented from overheating by the cold water. Yes. What causes the fermenter to heat up? You do mention respiration. Yes? So there's respiration. Remember, I was looking for 2 things. I didn't see anything else. So 1 there. Okay. And then number 4. Why is it important to prevent microorganisms other than fusarium from growing in the fermenter? You gave an answer related to the competition. And so you get the point for competition. You didn't say anything about the pathogens that may arise and cause a problem to patrons of this product. And so 1 for that. And then suggest 2 ways in which contamination of the fermenter can be prevented. You talked about cleaning. Please, cleaning is very different from sterilization. You can clean something and it will still have pathogens, right? So I can't accept that. So this leaves you with 3 out of 10. St. Peter's. I didn't see anything meaningful for the first part. Question number 1. I didn't see. Okay. When it came to question number 2, you mentioned material for fermentation. Okay, since I was being generous, I gave you 1 point for that. The material for fermentation. All right. I didn't see anything useful for 3. When it came to 4, yes, the first part, you did not talk about competition, but you talked about products that may be pathogenic or harmful, right, in the final product. So you get the 1 point for that. And then sterilization, you do mention sterilization of material in there. So that's 1 more point, giving you 3 out of 10. All right. Opoku Ware School. For number 1, you mentioned supply of oxygen to provide atmospheric oxygen gas needed for use by the fungi. Yes. So that's 1. That was the only one you provided. Second part, why was glucose added to the fermenter? Again, I'm giving you the point for material for growth. That was all I saw that was helpful. Okay. When it got to number 3, prevention from overheating, explain what causes the heating. You did mention exothermic reactions, but that was it. So again, 1 point out of the 2. Then number 4, the first part, you mentioned the competition that could arise, for resources. So you get the 1 point for that. You did not mention the pathogens that could affect the patrons of the product. And then, lastly, you were to suggest 2 ways in which contamination of the fermenter could be prevented. You did mention sterilization. I am giving you the point for the sterilization before use. I didn't see any of the other ways of preventing contamination. And so that brings you to 5 points, 5 out of 10. That's the end of the problem of the day and the end of round 3. Round round 4. This is the JuPay True or False round, proudly sponsored by JuPay Money Transfer, Meet a Need, Send via JuPay. At stake in this round is the JuPay Money Transfer $20 promo. During this National Science and Math Quiz season, whenever alumni abroad send money to Ghana using their school's exclusive promo code, JuPay rewards the school with $20 for developmental projects in the school. Alumni are therefore encouraged to check the NSMQ social media pages for their school's promo codes. All right. In this round, I'm going to be presenting you with statements. When you receive a statement, please consider it very carefully and do let me know whether it's true or false. If you are right, 2 points. If you are incorrect, you lose a precious point. You may choose not to respond, in which case that statement becomes available to the 2 other schools, who may then ring. If a school rings and answers correctly, the 2 full points. If the answer is incorrect, it fetches a penalty, 1 point. Every once in a while, we do get some statements that will require 30 seconds of your time. If that situation arises, I will let you know. Otherwise, all of the statements are to be tackled in 10 seconds. Best wishes to all. St. Peter's.
Bye. We're still here inside the SHS auditorium for the ongoing contest between Opoku Ware School, Achimota School and St. Peter's Senior High School. And at the end of round 3, we're actually in round 4 now, and it's still getting interesting. But Collins and Adobia, we all saw the results for the 3rd round, especially we're talking about how Opoku Ware over the previous contest has been able to ace when it comes to the problem of the day, getting 10 over 10. But this time around, they had 5 over 10. But then we could all attest to the fact that this is not the usual questions that they usually, I mean, in terms of the topics. Now, this had to do with a biology question. They had 5 over 10. With Achimota and St. Peter's getting 3 over 10 each. What do you think about this?
Well, I think looking at the standard that Opoku Ware has set for themselves when it comes to the problem of the day, I think they didn't do well in there. But I also understand that the biology has become a problem for them generally.
Biology has become a problem for them.
Not only in the problem of the day. It's something that they are suffering from, right from round 2 coming in the speed race, we saw it, and a little bit in the round 1. It didn't really show in their 1/8 and also the quarterfinal, probably because those rounds or contests, you see that the questions are a bit cool.
Yeah.
And now in the semis, you get the tough ones coming in. So that's where maybe we are seeing their weakness coming in. But I hope that they will be able to address this when they go into the final, because we have seen Mfantsipim showing clearly that they have not shown weakness so much in some of these things. Yeah. But if they are also lucky and they get the maths, the chemistry and the physics questions, they will do well. They won't play with it. Yeah. They will score other points in there. But the biology is something that they really, really need to work on. But I'm not surprised with what Achimota did. 3 points.
I'm not.
Yes, and I'm not surprised with what St. Peter's did. 3 points. When they were in prior, so 1/8 competing, they had 7 points in there, and in the 1/8 quarterfinal, when they came up against Empire, so they had 2 in the problem of the day. Even when not all of them were maths or even biology questions, and they still ended up not doing well. So coming up against some of the big guns, I think even on the stage, clearly you can see that they are even frightening. The thought of and John on the stage alone is something that I think some of the contestants they are feeling threatened.
That's an interesting one. But Adobia, what's your take, especially looking at the results for the problem of the day? 3-3 for Achimota and St. Peter's and Opoku Ware 5.
All that is going on right now is just making me anticipate how the finals is going to be on Thursday.
I know,
because
right?
this is semi-finals, and because three powerhouses have met, I mean, look at all that is going on. I think they've done well at this point. Remember, all the quiz mistresses we spoke to earlier before the start of the whole NSMQ mentioned that as the journey progresses, the questions toughen. So it's understandable that none of them scored 10 out of 10 in the semi-final, like today, this evening. 5 and 3, okay, because we couldn't have solved those things on the board, so it's all good there. But yes, like Colin said, it was expected that Opoku Ware would score higher in the problem of the day. It looks like the problem of the day today is a problem for all of them. It really is the problem.
It is a problem for them.
Do you remember the song?
I know, right? Problem day. Better call Jesus. But real quick, let's acknowledge our sponsors here. The 2025 National Science and Maths Quiz is produced by Primetime Limited and sponsored by the Ghana Education Service in partnership with GOL PLC and supported by Momo Pepsodent, Prudential Life Insurance, Ghana, Jupay, Trustar AI, Adansi Travels, Rwanda Air, Kivo Gari, Spin City, Laundromat, Coronation Insurance, Secure Sanitary Pad, Accra College of Medicine, Academic City University, Bell Beverages, GTP, and Flora Tissues. Quiz mistress is ready, so let's hand over back to her.
Chiral carbon. Abuni?
It's true.
Yes. Opoku Ware. If a molecule contains 2 chiral carbons, it must definitively be optically active.
False.
Yes. Achimota School. If 2 compounds are enantiomers, they have identical physical properties, including how they rotate plane polarized light.
False.
You're right. For the next set, I'm giving you 30 seconds, up to 30 seconds. You need not use all of it. St. Peter's. 4 multiplying log of 3 is greater than 6 multiplying log of 2. Abuni?
It's false.
No, that's a true statement. Opoku Ware. 3 multiplying log of 5 is greater than 7 multiplying log of 2. John?
False.
You're right. Three multiplying log of 6 is greater than 4 multiplying log of 4. Yes or say?
False.
You're right. Another one with 30 seconds. The average translational kinetic energy of an ideal gas molecule at 27 degrees Celsius is 2.07 times 10 raised to the power negative 19 joules.
It's false.
Abuni?
It's false.
You're right. The RMS speed of oxygen molecules at 27 degrees Celsius is less than 1 kilometer per second. John?
True.
You're right. The average translational kinetic energy of an ideal gas molecule at 27 degrees Celsius is 6.21 times 10 raised to the power negative 19 joules. Or say?
False.
You're right. Life cycle and mode of asexual reproduction are basically similar in both vascular and non-vascular plants.
False.
It's a true statement. Fertilization and embryo development is similar in both vascular and non-vascular plants. John?
False.
No, it's a true statement. In both vascular and non-vascular plants, water is very much essential for fertilization.
False.
That's a true statement. If dilution of a solution increases its pH, then the original solution was acidic. It's a true statement.
It's false.
It's a true statement. When pure water is heated from 25 degrees Celsius to 50 degrees Celsius, its pH decreases. John?
True.
Yes. If a weak acid solution is diluted, its degree of ionization increases. Or say?
False.
No. That's a true statement. St. Peter's. A kite is a parallelogram in which two pairs of adjacent sides are congruent. Abuni?
It's false.
You're right. A rhombus is an equilateral rectangle. John?
False.
You're right. A square is both an equilateral rectangle and an equiangular rhombus.
True.
Or say?
True.
Yes. For the next set, I have a preamble to all schools. Preamble. Electrons that have been accelerated through a potential difference bombard a tungsten target in vacuum. That's the preamble. I hope you got it. All right. St. Peter's. X-rays are emitted from the target for accelerating voltages that exceed approximately 1 kilovolts.
Yeah.
Abuni?
It's false.
No. It's a true statement. The spectrum of X-rays emitted from the target contains emission bands that can be used to deduce the energy band gap of the target material. John?
False.
You're right. At sufficiently high accelerating voltages, the spectrum of X-rays emitted from the target contains sharp lines on a continuous background. Kwame?
True.
You're right. Last set of statements for the round. St. Peter's. Both hemoglobin and myoglobin have iron-containing porphyrins.
It's false.
Oh dear. It's a true statement. Hemoglobin has a higher affinity for oxygen than adult myoglobin and becomes saturated at lower oxygen levels. John?
False.
You're right. Last statement. Accumulation of CO2 causes a decrease in hydrogen ion concentration and an increase in pH, and consequently shifts the oxygen dissociation curve of hemoglobin to the right.
False.
You are right. And that's the end of the fourth round.